High blood pressure isn't sudden. It's neglected. Anthony thought it came out of nowhere. One moment, he was standing in his kitchen. The next, he was on the floor. Dizzy, confused, scared. At the hospital, the doctor said 2 words Anthony never expected. High blood pressure. Anthony was shocked. How? He asked. I've never had a problem. But the truth was harder to hear. He didn't suddenly develop high blood pressure. He had been ignoring it for years. The myth of sudden illness. Many people believe serious health problems arrive overnight. A sudden stroke, a sudden heart attack, a sudden collapse. But doctors know something most people don't. High blood pressure doesn't appear suddenly. It builds quietly, slowly, patiently. And neglect is what allows it to grow. The early signs Anthony ignored. Years before his collapse, Anthony had warnings. His blood pressure was a little high during a checkup. The doctor suggested lifestyle changes. Anthony nodded, then did nothing. He felt fine. He worked long hours, ate salty foods, skipped exercise, slept poorly, and every time he ignored a warning, the problem grew. Why high blood pressure feels invisible. High blood pressure rarely causes pain. No sharp warning, no clear alarm. That's why it's called the silent killer. Anthony didn't feel sick, so he assumed he was healthy. But health isn't measured by feelings. It's measured by what's happening inside your body. What high blood pressure does behind the scenes. While Anthony felt normal, his arteries were stiffening. His heart was working harder. His kidneys were filtering under pressure. His blood vessels were weakening. Damage was happening quietly. Neglect gave it time. The dangerous comfort of feeling okay. Anthony told himself, I'll deal with it later. It's not that bad. I don't have symptoms. Those thoughts are common and dangerous. High blood pressure thrives on delay. Every ignored reading is permission for damage to continue. Why people neglect high blood pressure? People neglect it because life is busy. Stress feels normal. Everyone eats salty food. Medication feels like a big step. They don't want to feel old. But high blood pressure doesn't care about excuses. It responds only to action or neglect. The body keeps score. Anthony didn't realize this. Your body remembers patterns. Years of high pressure strain the heart. Years of stress hardened arteries. Years of neglect weakened kidneys. The damage doesn't reset. It accumulates. The wake-up call. Anthony survived, but recovery wasn't easy. Medications, lifestyle changes, regular monitoring, all things that could have started earlier without emergency, without fear, without collapse. That's when he finally understood. This wasn't sudden. It was ignored. What doctors wish everyone knew? Doctors don't call high blood pressure a surprise. They call it predictable, because they see the pattern every day. Small warnings, missed appointments, unchanged habits. Then, a crisis. Neglect turns a manageable condition into a life-altering one. How high blood pressure is prevented. Prevention doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency. Regular blood pressure checks, less salt, more movement, stress management, adequate sleep. Following medical advice. These steps don't feel dramatic, but they are powerful. Why? Early action matters. When caught early, high blood pressure is manageable. When ignored, it damages the heart, the brain, the kidneys, the eyes. Prevention is quiet. Emergencies are loud. Anthony's new rule. Anthony lives by a new rule now. Dante. Ignore what your body is trying to tell you. He checks his numbers. He keeps appointments. He respects small warnings. Not because he's afraid, because he's informed. A truth worth remembering. High blood pressure doesn't attack suddenly. It waits. It grows. It thrives on neglect. And when it finally shows itself, People call it unexpected. But it wasn't. This story is for education and awareness only. It does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult healthcare providers for diagnosis and treatment. If you're waiting to feel pain before you act, you're waiting too long. Health problems don't need drama to be dangerous. High blood pressure isn't sudden. It's neglected. Pay attention before neglect becomes regret.